What's going on, you guys? Welcome back to another video. So I want to talk about how the narcissist wants to be attached to you. They need to be attached to you. Even if, say for instance, after going on contact, the boundaries been set and everything, and there's absolutely no communication between you two, the narcissist still needs to be attached to you. And the reason why is that puts them in a mind frame of still having some kind of control over you. Even if they're not doing anything to harm you, you can go months, years without having any type of communication. They still want to be attached. Now, you have to be careful of these ways that narcissists attach themselves onto you, because when they are out of sight, they're out of mind. And when you don't have to deal with them, you don't even think about it. But trust me, there's still some type of attachment that the narcissists have onto you, even if it's getting information from a third party about you. But sometimes narcissists, they use children as a way of staying attached to you. Even if everything is good with the co-parenting, they still feel like they are in control of you. Now, say for instance, there isn't a situation dealing with co-parenting. This kind of puts the narcissist in a sociopath type of, it gives them that sociopath type of identity, because they are so obsessed with you that in their mind, they have created this false reality that the reason why you're connected is because of something that they created. But in reality, that's just the furthest thing from the truth. And I'm going to try to get into this without putting out too much, because, it's based on my own personal experience that I am going through right now. But the thing about it is, when a narcissist is so obsessed with you, they will do anything to be able to keep tabs on you, to be able to keep coming around or something like that. They just want to know. They need to know what's going on with you. And again, it can be months before they, get any updates on you, before they know what's going on with you on a day-to-day basis. But they will never really let go. And so be careful with the agreements you have with a narc after going no contact, when they know that it's completely over and there's no way you're going to let them back in, because they're going to find some other sneaky way to keep connection with you. They're going to try to find some kind of way to stay attached to you. They need to be attached to you, because it puts, that makes them feel like they're still in control. That gives them power. And even though you may not be thinking that way, because you don't think about things in the way the narcissists do, the narcissist is thinking with an, unhealthy mind frame. They do very, just things that are not normal. So you wouldn't even be thinking that far ahead about it. You wouldn't even think that they would go so far as to try to trick you or make up things just to still be in your life. So just be careful of the boundaries you set and the agreements that you come up with the narc after no contact. And I even mean the ones that you have no children with. If there's no co-parenting, you may be like a stepmother. And if you have gotten out of a relationship or marriage with a narcissist, you may have had a good relationship with a child, but that's not your biological, child. So the thing about it is hard to make a decision to say, well, if I cut the narc off, I'm going to have to cut off the child, because it's going to be difficult to do, but it's necessary to do for your own peace of mind, because the narcissist is going to suck you dry every chance they get, based on the situation at hand, based on the fact that you were the step parent. And so what you should do is just let them know, in a nice and settled way, that I'm gonna have to stop doing this. You're gonna have to cut off communication with the child as well, because they're gonna use that to their advantage to still be attached to you. Now, again, it's difficult. That's not an easy thing to do, but you're doing this for your own, for your own healing, for your own peace of mind. You're not doing this because you're being cruel, because of course you love that child. You have feelings for that child. You care about that child. But the child is not going to do without, based on the simple fact that they're not talking to you. Like, they may not even see it that way. You just may be thinking too much into it. But when it comes to narcissists, they will use that, they'll use that as a reason to keep connection with you, to stay in contact with you. And, even though you feel like, well, they're following the rules and they're not doing anything out of hand, I haven't had any problems with them. Everything's been pretty peaceful between us. We get along. Like, that's because the child is in the middle. They created a situation where they can still be in control. So you just have to be mindful of things like that when you're dealing with a narcissist, and the agreements you make with them after going no contact. So another thing that came to me today is, okay, so we're at work, and y'all know I like to reference a lot of, narcissistic behavior to movies. And the movie Greta, with the lady who was obsessed with the young lady who she became friends with, and she pretty much just staged a whole little situation in order to lure people to her. And that's how she gained her victims. Well, this woman was a narcissist, but she was also like a sociopath or whatever. And in her mind, she created this best friendship with someone who, it just really wasn't like that with them. If anything, she kind of wanted to force a friendship. She kind of wanted to keep you hostage, and, just a whole crazy thing going on in the movie with this person. So I noticed on one of the scenes in the movie that Greta stood across the street from the restaurant that the young lady worked at. And the girl, it's like when you have dealt with a narcissist who is a stalker, who is constantly watching you, it does something to you, and it kind of keeps you on alert. And sometimes it makes you a little paranoid. So sometimes you're looking over your shoulder, you're just thinking too much of, you may see someone who they resemble, and it kind of puts you on edge a little bit, because that's the effect that it leaves on us. But the thing is, the narcissist, when they are just watching you from afar, it's really nothing you can do about it to protect yourself, because they're not doing anything to pose harm to you. At the same time, it is harmful, because you're constantly wondering, like, what they're going to do next? What are they thinking about? Why are they doing it? Why are they just staring at me? And this happened to me today at work, and the first thing that came to my mind was that movie, because she had never stopped and stared at me, like, from afar like that. So the way things are now set up for us at work, it's like we have different hallways that we have to work from. And the hallways, they put her like directly across the hall from mine. And everyone else at work, they have different halls to work on and everything. And it's like, I just noticed her, and I'm not gonna lie, I recorded it. I'm gonna try to post it on the community, but I'm not gonna leave it up, because I know we're not supposed to, I don't want to get in trouble, and you never know who's watching these videos, but it's just something to think about. I'm probably going to leave it up for probably like 30 minutes, but it's just something that I had to record, because I had to look, play it back, and like, she really was standing up there staring at me for a good 30 minutes straight. And when it got to 7:33 p.m., I'm like, and she's still doing it. So when I pulled my camera out, I noticed that she got upside the wall, and like, Like I can still see you even though you're not staring at me anymore. But it just goes to show that the narcissist wants you to know that they still feel like they can do what they want to do, as far as like just watching you and keeping tabs on you. They still feel a sense of control and power because they know what they're doing, because they know that it gives you an uneasy feeling. They know that gives you an uneasy feeling. No one wants to be stared at, especially in such a creepy way. And then they're just in the same position and they're just staring at you like, that just gives anybody the creeps. To look at someone they haven't even changed positions yet, like a mannequin or something. So it's just crazy. It's just something to think about. So those are the two things that I wanted to speak on today in the video. But that one just really came to me real hard earlier this morning, is how they know what they are doing. They know that by just watching you, they're getting a reaction out of you if you're kind of looking like, okay, so what's going on? What are you doing? Like, and with me, I just kind of play it cool. But in my mind, I'm like, what the hell? That's just any normal human reaction to something like that. To witness that type of behavior, it just kind of have a person a little thrown off. And so, yeah. So leave y'all thoughts down below on that if you ever experienced that from a narcissistic individual just staring at you. It's like they're trying to control you some type of way with their mind. It's like just this evil spirit, this evil energy. They have such a dark energy around them. They look evil. Their appearance is just unsightly. They just look horrible. They always look like they've been ran over by a train, like a zombie or something, like something off the the Living Dead or whatever. They just look horrible. They look like they look restless, like they never get any sleep. I just paid attention to that today. Like, you look horrible. You look like you've been through hell and back like 1,000 times, because you're constantly trying to drag me to hell with you. But baby, I'm not going to let that happen. I'm not going to let it happen. But yeah, and the narcs with the trying to be attached to you, I don't want this video to go on too long, but I will talk about it in another video. I'm going to just say that for a whole nother video, how I choose to deal with it, because I don't want to give off the wrong message in this video for a person to feel like, well, this is something I have to do to get the narcissist away from me, because, there's children involved, there's feelings involved, and you never want to approach a situation with a child involved, just going into it blindly and just doing something, push the child situation aside and deal directly with the narc, and the child is to the side and they're hurt by this. They will be affected by it. But once I gather my thoughts on it, because I have not decided what I'm going to do yet, but I will do it soon. I'll get back with y'all another time in a video on that one. But anyway, thank y'all for watching. Leave your thoughts down below and I'll talk to you soon.